On behalf of this community in Nottingham, allow me to welcome you this afternoon to the 20th commemoration of the genocide against the Tutsi of 1994. Murakaza neza murisanga, which means you're very welcome. In 1994, Rwanda was seized by horrors unimaginable. Hutu extremists set out to exterminate all Tutsis such that successive generations of Hutu children would ask how Tutsis look like. Indeed, as one author said, genocide means not just mass killing to the level of extermination, but mass obliteration to the verge of extinction. The genocide against the Tutsi was planned in advance, and when the time came, it was executed with precision and ruthlessness. It was a conflict of betrayal. Tutsi men, women, and children were separated so abruptly without saying goodbye and herded to their death. Their laughter kept silent, the smiles froze, and the shouts of horror replaced the beautiful songs of the women and children. Each one of them had a name, an identity, but theirs was a scream never heard. Today, we are gathered to remember them because the living owe it to those who no longer can tell their story for them. In order to start the commemoration, I wish to ask you to stand for our national anthem.
As we gather this afternoon, we want to pray that you'll continue to strengthen us, especially the gift of forgiveness, that we may continue to forgive, oh God. We may never forget because we are human beings, but we know we serve a God who is able by grace to forgive us and to forget.
We begin by affirming that we are all members of a human family, that we share this earth, but because of human greed for power and the exploitation of resources, this earth is now seriously under threat from climate and environmental change. This is needlessly pitting nation against nation, brother against brother. We pray for governments, businesses, and ourselves that together we might undergo a radical change of heart and mind and live according to a fairer and just world with greater distribution of wealth and resources. We also affirm our common humanity with all peoples of the earth, regardless of race, faith, gender, and sexual orientation. We pray for those suffering innocently because of conflict, especially remembering those who were killed and injured in the Rwanda Genocide, the day that mankind failed in love, tolerance, and respect, and filled with hate for their own brothers and sisters, a day we will not forget. We pray for our hearts and minds to be filled with love, for our great diversity, for there is so much beauty and wisdom in our diversity of cultures, races, and faith that make up this human family, that we leave no place for hate and prejudice, that we challenge discrimination wherever we find it, even if it's against ourselves. We affirm that we are neighbours who share this city and local community. We remember the children, older people, the disabled, the marginalized, the sick of body and mind, refugees and asylum seekers, and all who are vulnerable amongst us, for we are only as good as the weak amongst us. We remember and pray for those working for increased harmony and tolerance in the city. We ask that their body might grow in maturity and that its leaders might find strength, courage, wisdom, and understanding. In closing, we affirm our commitment to care for God's earth and our desire to strengthen our relationship with each other and with all people and goodwill. Amen.